Senator Reed of Rhode Island is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, panel, for being here today. With Senator Grassley, I've introduced S1181. It's the Bank Management Accountability Act, and our legislation would authorize the FDIC to claw back 2 years of compensation from directors and senior executives of failed systematically important banks and ban them from the financial industry. And frankly, I think the American public is appalled that they're looking at CEOs of Silicon Valley Bank getting $10 million, walking out with even more in terms of stock, and nothing can be done. Professor Schooner, how would depositors, regulators in the bank industry, and the American people all benefit if Congress were to strengthen FDIC's outdated and weak authorities for ensuring accountability and systematically important banks?
So, Senator, I think you made an important point about the public's confidence in our financial system. I think that without clawback authority, particularly in the circumstances we're just living through, I think really that confidence in the financial system might be reasonably shaken. I think that reforms that would allow for that kind of accountability would not only impact the aftermath of a bank failure, but I also think it would impact the ongoing operations of a bank, because bank directors and officers are highly aware of their responsibilities, and I think that they would adjust their behavior accordingly.
And Professor Lynn, do you have any comments?
I fully agree with Professor Schooner that when banks are held accountable to the public through regulators, enhanced regulators' authority, those authorities seek to incentivize bank directors to operate not in shareholders' interests, but also in the public's interest as well. We encourage them not to just focus on making the most profit, on wealth maximization, but also taking steps to assure safety and soundness. And so by strengthening enforcement authorities that regulators can use against bank officers and directors, senior bank management, we strengthen their incentives to put the public's interests in mind.
So I think both of you have two conclusions. One, it would enhance the confidence of the American public in the accountability and the dedication to their interests by bank executives. And second, it would be a constant reminder to behave appropriately by the directors. And in both cases would enhance the overall stability of the financial system. Is that fair? Yes, ma'am. First.
Yes, Senator, I agree. I think it would have both of those effects.
Thank you very much. The other aspect is that I think probably has been touched upon, but our whole society, the world society, is now supercharged by virtual connectivity. And are there any quick sort of thoughts you have about how the regulators deal with that? This is not Jimmy Stewart standing in the lobby telling 5 people, don't worry, don't worry. It's instantaneously thousands of people saying, get out of the bank now. Right.
Senator, I do think that complexity, both at the bank operations level and in regulation, is a problem. In the wake of the financial crisis of 2008, 2009, there was a lot of talk about creating regulatory rules that were simpler, that could be applied more broadly. And I think we've sort of gone in the opposite direction. Regulation has become more and more complicated, and I think that makes it difficult for supervisors to apply those standards. And so I think that we could improve the system by dealing with the complexity of the institutions as well as regulation.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you all. Mr. Chairman, thank you.
Thanks.